Hello everyone, welcome to the Forge of Worlds. Last episode we got started on map making. We made the larger island area of Tolera, and then we zoomed in a bit more to take a look at the small locality of Hemeria. I say we just get straight into it, shall we? Alright, here we are, Hemeria. Last we left off, I talked about either working on naming each of the little individual towns and areas, or doing a little bit of work on the red dots, the weird bits, the places of particular intrigue outside of a town. Does anyone in chat have a preference about which one we do? Could start going one by one through each of the towns, or figure out some of the weirder bits. Weird bits? Weird bits it is. Very happy to do that. Alright, so we've got two weird bits we can work on today. We can either work on the one that is high up in the mountains or closer to the coast. Now, remember, this place is going to get extra funky and weird because we've already got a portal to hell down inside one of the towns, so it's got to ramp it up even further than that. So, I reckon we start on the coast. How about we do that? I'm just going to quickly open up my OneNote so that we can do some writing after we come up with the name. Easy. Alright. First, we'll start with naming, and we can work on it from there. So down next to the coast area, between the city of Wax and Rain, we've got a notable location. This notable location needs to be big. It's something that even people on the other side of Hemeria know about. It's not secret, it's not subdued, it is a major point of interest and conflict. It needs to be bigger than a portal, because we've already got portals, and portals can be scattered around everywhere. This needs to be... could be a... there's lots of things we can go with. I'd say we start by figuring out what kind of creature lives there. Could have... we'll do it by category of the 5th edition world. So, could be undead, fiends, aberration. Aberrations sound not bad, especially since it's near the water. We can delve into that kind of Lovecraftian horror thing. Yeah, alright. Let's say we've got some aberrations living on the coast in this red dot area. Could have it be a place where an ancient creature was sealed, much like in the original Call of Cthulhu story. Could be ancient ruins. That sounds good. Some kind of ruins area. So let's get to naming it in a little bit. We'll start heading over to OneNote. Alright. Weird bits. Call it ruins for now, because we'll figure that out exactly what it is later. So on the eastern coast of Homeria. There is a large ruined structure. This could be like, behind it, it could even be like a full-on mega dungeon. That's how big I'm thinking that these bits are. So first of all, let's figure out exactly what's sealed in there. Could be an ancient deity. It could be just a creature of great importance. Something from the deep. Within this structure, deep underground, there lies the resting place of I always enjoy when stories delve into dreams, not just Lovecraftian stories, like even stuff like Hollow Knight, those kind of things. They've got the dreamers. It's always about dreams, and that kind of imagery is evocative and interesting to me. So there lies the resting place of, I'm not going to just say the Great Dreamer, because that's pretty bog standard. The resting place of, for now, we'll put in a placeholder for now, so an ancient entity of dreams. Just ancient entity of dreams. We'll figure out their name and exactly who they are in a moment after we do more of the stuff around it. Ruins of the Dream. Put that as the title for now. Alright, so in the ruins of the Dream, a vast mega dungeon created surrounding this resting place. There is a vast mega dungeon. We'll just call it what it is. Leading up to the surface. It is constantly shifting and warping as the entity dreams. So the entire building, the entire dungeon, the entire thing is constructed out of the dreams of this entity. So, in a similar way to how people say in the Cthulhu mythos, Azathoth dreams up the entire world, it's the same thing but on a smaller scale. This creature dreams up the entire area where this structure is. And according to their dreams, that is how it changes. You know what? We've already got a creature in D&D that does stuff based on their dreams. And that creature is a beholder. An ancient entity of dreams. The entity at the center of this structure isn't just a beholder. Alright, I'm gonna steal a little bit of the lore from the Forgotten Realms in the way that beholders, the way that they reproduce is when they dream of themselves. When they dream of themselves, when they wake up, another beholder pops up right there. And that's how they come to be. So I'm thinking, for this one, if you go back far enough, this is the first beholder. This is... It might not even resemble a beholder anymore. It is what all beholders stem from. So the entity at the center of this structure is the progenitor of all beholders, sealed on the material plane for the rest of time. Why was it sealed? We'll figure that out. But I feel like that is a compelling and interesting thing to put at the bottom. If anyone comes up with a name or something for this creature, feel free to drop it in. If not, I'll probably figure it out on the way. But we've got the beholder of all beholders at the center of this area. So it would be easy to sprinkle in another beholder or something in earlier adventures and then have it allude to this area. Alright. Okay, let's do a little bit of work on this progenitor. Many millennia ago. More than millennia. Why is that millennia? Many millennia ago. Before the gods. Aberrations are constantly depicted as usually ancient evils, ancient creatures that we cannot comprehend. So I say that these things came before the gods created the structure of the world as we know it. So many millennia ago, before the gods, I don't want to steal everything, so how about we make a plane of dreams, which is where all these aberrations come from. Yeah, many millennia ago, before the gods, the plane of dreams and the material plane were one and the same. There was a time when it was all together, physical and non-physical alike. The Codex of Seraphinianus. A very dreamlike and goofy world. I will look that up, Jump Left Fluff. Thank you very much. Yes. Plane of dreams and the material plane were one and the same. At some point, the deities were thought up and brought, I won't say brought order, because having deities of chaos is definitely a thing, and brought a separation between dreams and reality. Creatures of dreams were shunted one way. Creatures of material were shunted another. But there were some creatures that were manifestations of both. Which could, for a time, easily move between the areas. So, in a similar way that we have phase spiders and ghosts and everything, things that can go into the ethereal plane. These things work similarly. They can move between the plane of dreams and reality. So, one such creature was... I don't want to just keep saying the progenitor of all beholders. We need to give this figure a name. We need to think of a beholder-like name. Something that sounds... Pardon me. Something that sounds grand and full of itself. Hello, iridescent citizens. Iridescent zenith, but I can read. Something grand, full of itself. A name of a creature that... A name of a creature that transcends physicality and dreams alike. Something... Wolf. I know that probably wasn't there to help with this, but wolf. Take any inspiration I can get. Names are very hard. No, that's bad. Ifwaleris. No, it needs to be more alien. Actually, yeah, let's take this name, Ifwaleris, and corrupt it a little. Get rid of the if. Make it a G. Igwaleris. Igwaleris. Actually, that's not too bad. Igwaleris. What do people in chat think? Could maybe add something a bit sharper? Yeah, actually, no, yeah, let's... Igwaleris. 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 There we go. Of... Igwaleris. Let's just add the name. Igwaleris. Yeah, very magic and grand. Yeah, there we go. That's the kind of vibe we're going for. Alrighty. Igwaleris, progenitor of all beholders. I don't want to steal too much from Cthulhu. Calling them the Great Dreamer is probably a bit on the nose. Figure stuff out on the way. Big green. Igwaleris, the green. Adding green, yeah, making them green is nice. Green is a nice color, and it can be sort of evocative of many different things, depending on the shade. Alright, one such creature was Igwaleris, progenitor of all beholders, and lord of the Green Dream. The Green Dream? Then we have to specify what the Green Dream is. The Lord of the Dreaming Green. Yeah, so it's like pastures or something like that, but for dreams. Lord of the Dreaming Fields. Actually, that could work. Green Dream sounds like Minecraft. Dreaming Green? Yeah, Dreaming Green. Let's go. Alright. Progenitor of all beholders and Lord of the Dreaming Green. They traveled. I'm thinking that this creature is going to be pretty... Lord Sapnius Snapnicus. That's a lot. Anyway, So they travel between the planes. Okay, yeah, so I think this person is going... This creature, this thing, is going to be irrevocably evil. This is an evil being, which the party will have no trouble with, the Unfound. Actually, that's an interesting name. Generator of all beholders. The Unfound... Yeah, I like that. The Unfound what? The Unfound Beast? The Unfound Origin? The Unfound Sleeper? Getting a bit more into the Unfound... Get back to that. If anyone has any ideas... Oh god, is George not... Why is that a... Everyone keeps... Okay, you know what, that's fine. Adding it to a cool name will get rid of any... I don't know Minecraft YouTubers, Murmurvamp. It's the... I don't watch Minecraft YouTubers. You can't... Anyway. We'll call them the Unfound Sleeper for now, but the Unfound sounds like a neat title. So they travel between the planes, stealing dreams. Yeah, I like that. They stealing dreams from those on the material, and yes, probably will be a big bad evil guy if the players ever run into this kind of area. It could definitely make a very good big bad evil guy, I reckon. So stealing dreams from those in the material, and using them to create their own personal army of stealing dreams from those on the material, and stealing... So they need to steal something from both sides, so there's nothing material on the dream place. Actually, no. In this, let's say, in the same way that when you fall asleep you dream, that's basically your mind peering into the other dimension. The creatures of the dream, the plane of dreams, can look back. Well, it's a good thing. Well, actually, we could do a bit more work on coming up with more about Iguelarus and how they are the BBEG. That could be a neat little thing to cover in a later thing. Hollow Knight moment? Yeah. Yeah? Create nice and... Yeah, actually, that could be cool. They create nice and pleasant dreams because they steal all the bad dreams. And, yeah, actually, wait a minute. Stealing dreams from those on the... Stealing nightmares, specifically, from those on the material plane. Actually, no. Yeah, so stealing nightmares from those on the material plane and using them to create a personal army of nightmares. Well, don't want to repeat myself. Using them to create a personal army. They drew power from worship. much like a deity. They drew power from worship and sacrifice from both planes, much like a deity. Why is everyone talking about Spider-Man in chat? Yeah. Drew power from worship and sacrifice, much like a deity. They... They were beginning to create a... They were beginning to plan an invasion across both the material and the dream lands. They began in the dream, as that is where they... Let's spell where, right? Where they are the strongest and managed to basically conquer the entire plane of dreams. People on the material plane most thought this was benevolent, as they were purely having dreams of comfort and safety. Actually, just so everyone can read this, I'm going to increase the font size just a tad. 14, there we go. Practitioners of magic. It's alright, you can get distracted. Even if you just drop in a little bit, it's fine. Practitioners of magic and researchers, and those deeply connected to the dream. On the other hand, recognized the threat that was approaching them. Let's separate this into paragraphs, because this is just one big block of text. Introduction of Glarus. Beginning to plan an invasion. Starting the dream. Alright. Recognize the threat that was approaching them. Many of the strongest warriors and armies. That's very fair. Music is very good for inspiration in regards to that. Many of the strongest warriors and armies banded together to face this creature. And but when they arrived, there was slaughter. People couldn't stand up to the nightmares that faced them. A handful of mages sacrificed their lives Isn't that the way? Always got ideas for other things, but not the thing that you need it for. Handful of mages sacrifice their lives to bind Iguelarus to the material plane and bid him slumber until a force that was powerful enough to face the bid him. Wait a minute, this creature does not have gender because they exist outside of that. Powerful enough to face their nightmares. Yes, good idea, iridescent Zenith. Powerful enough to face their nightmares came into existence. This is how the ruins of the... This is how the Nightmare Ruins came to be Nightmare Ruins. Let's go with that. Or Ruins of Nightmare. I don't know. What sounds better? Ruins of Nightmare or Nightmare Ruins? How edgy. Maybe something slightly different. We'll get back to that. Came to be. So this is the background. Actually, no. Bid their slumber until they stop. Actually, no. And bid their slumber. We don't need to say that they have to wake up at any point. That can just happen as a unfortunate consequence of something. One on on the eastern coast of Himera. It's a large ruined structure that constantly shifts and changes. Within the structure deep underground lies the resting place of Iguelarus, the unfound. Iguelarus the unfound, progenitor of all beholders, Lord of the Dreaming Green. How's that for a title? Alright. Do we want to figure out what exactly happens while you're within the Nightmare Ruins, or do we want to move on to the next big weird area within Himera? What do people think? People invested in the Nightmare Ruins at the moment? I think we're on a bit of a roll here. Let's continue with this. All right. Effects. Yeah, the nightmare stuff is cool. Fair. Always happy to be background noise, iridescent zenith. So let's keep going with the nightmare ruins. Effects of the place. While within hold on, that is not the same font size. There we go. Same. While within how wide? While within, actually I don't know how big this area is. While within 5 miles. No, while within 2 miles of the nightmare ruins. Up to you, Iridescent Zenith. They could be... they could have a class, or they can just exist like any other creature exists. Up to you. They've got nobles and everything for a reason. While within 2 miles of the Nightmare Ruins, players have... I think that Iguelarus's dream-stealing days are over. They stole everything they could while they were awake. Now they merely dream and expand because of that. While within 2 miles of the Nightmare Ruins, players have visions of the area within when they sleep. They see... Glad to see you came to a decision. They see... What do they see? They see living structures. Creatures born of nightmare. They could be green because they're greedy. Yes. So true. So true. Creatures born of nightmare. And a single overpowering entity behind it all. That sounds evocative enough. Once within the ruins themselves, what are people saying? While within the ruins themselves, players must make a wisdom save. Wisdom saving throw. Or take a point of exhaustion as they struggle to find sleep within the nightmare realm. Or within the nightmares. Struggle to find sleep due to overbearing nightmares. The forging is going good, Starlit Stella. Forging is going very good. We are working on Nightmare Ruins, where great evil lives. Alright. Struggle with sleep due to nightmares. Have big nightmares with outside of 2 miles. What else could we add? What other effects is there on the landscape around this area? Discombobulation. Discombobulate. A person within 2 miles of the nightmare ruins has disadvantage on rolls to track creatures, and discern location. The influence of dreams discombobulates your mind. Clouds it in a fog. That's within 2 miles. Yep. Warning sign thingies planned for hostile architecture. Yeah, it could be walled off. Yeah. There is a large wall surrounding the area. With signs, ancient writing. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Stella, thank you for the idea. With signs in ancient writing are scattered around it. The area, a 2-mile radius. So once you pass that wall, that's where you start getting affected by the Nightmare Ruins. Yes, I have seen the drawings of those bits. They are very cool indeed. Some of the text that they've got is sick. As a matter of fact, if I ever run this, I may just steal some of it verbatim for those signs. Maybe alter it a little bit, because this isn't exactly a man-made evil. This is something that existed before things physically existed. So, those are the effects of being within and around the Nightmare Ruins. What else can we do with this? Got the background. Got the stuff that happens in the ruins themselves. I'm relaxing. Am I relaxing, or is this stream relaxing for you? I am feeling pretty relaxed. This is pretty good. I hope that what you were saying is that my voice is relaxing for you. Should be very happy to hear. Effects. Stream is relaxing? Well, that is wonderful. It's very good to hear. So what else can we do? Could work on some stuff regarding Aguilarus themselves? I don't know. I mean, I feel like if we got started on Aguilarus, we'd basically just be doing their stat block. Could talk about some of the creatures in there. Actually, yeah, that works. Let's do that. Inhabitants. At the within the uppermost levels of the Nightmare Ruins. Yes, nightmare creatures, but what nightmare creatures is the question, Stella. Within the uppermost levels of the Nightmare Ruins can be found shades, shadows, ghosts, and other ethereal beings. These are humanoids that died within the area of the ruins. Now trapped within the dreams of its creator. A green wolf? Maybe. Big green. Could add that. Wait, actually. Let's add also here slimes, oozes, gibbering mouthers, and other similar creatures. Let's add some. There's only some of these creatures up top. And other similar creatures. These are the unformed thoughts of Igualeris. These are the unformed thoughts of Igualeris. Further down, there are more slimes and oozes. As we delve deeper into the mind of the unfound. I feel like the unfound is like what most people that don't know stuff. Big green. Everyone keeps giving ideas, and I don't know if they're actually new ideas, but everyone keeps giving me stuff from other things. First it was Bird Lady from League of Legends, then Minecraft YouTuber, and now Guilty Gear references. Although it does inspire me, so I shouldn't be complaining. What else do we find further in? We get we don't want. I feel like within the central layers, we also get natives to the Dreamlands and their essence, because I feel like the Dreamlands and everything is basically this world's equivalent to like the astral plane and the ethereal plane. So yeah, I feel like we've also got natives to the Dreamlands and their spirits. This includes mind flayers. It's not big enough for an astral dreadnought. Spirits of dead Gith soldiers, because I was thinking about it before, and I think I want to include Gith for a couple of reasons in the playable races, because I've got a couple of ideas regarding them. Mind Flayer, spirits of dead Gith soldiers, and other such beings. This is also where you know how we were talking about hostile architecture before? This takes it a lot more literally. Architecture itself can become treacherous. Floors collapse on a whim. dangerous traps form out of nowhere, and rooms lead back in on themselves, and travel within becomes incomprehensible. So this is where it becomes even more Lovecraftian horror type. It's non-Euclidean rooms and stuff. Like, you exit through a door and it leads you back into the exact same room that you just left, and other such things. Down... Oh, why is this bold now? Down in the deepest levels. Yes, non-Euclidean geometry. Except the creepy kind, not the general non-Euclidean stuff. It's the creepy stuff that everyone talks about. Yes. Down in the deepest levels lies the things closest to Iguelorus himself. So that means beholders. Beholders travel around, killing whatever they see, including other beholders. Yes, the Lovecraft kind of non-Euclidean geometry style. Not the regular kind. That's the boring stuff. We get the stuff that haunts you forever. Once down there, the players are known enough to Iguelorus that they might even find echoes of themselves. Is that sexual? No. What? No, as in, they've existed within... Because this entire thing is basically the mind of Iguelorus, so they've existed within their mind, so inevitably Iguelorus is going to start dreaming about them. And when Iguelorus dreams of something, that something shows up within the ruins as nightmares. Find nightmarish echoes of themselves. At the very bottom of... Well, I say bottom. This thing does... Once you actually get down there, it's sort of... Up becomes down, left becomes right, etc. Stop. Iguelorus is not... Stop make... Yes, thus creating copies of yourself. Stop. Murmur, Stella, stop making it horny. But yes, they essentially create nightmarish copies of yourself. At the very bottom of the ruins lies the resting chamber of Iguelorus themselves. A large stone plinth with their body. Yes, kid-friendly stream, of course. Oh yeah, you never know. Maybe you'll end up creating an infinite amount of copies for just a very brief time. Large stone plinth with their body strewn across it. Lies in the center of an impossibly large and Empty room. No thoughts, head empty. So, I think that we have the Nightmare Ruins basically planned out. I think that's probably going to do for this stream today. I think we did a lot. Actually, let's just quickly head on over to Fire Alpaca and write down what we've got here is the Nightmare Ruins. And I just realized that this is in another font because I did stuff a while ago. Is it Gabriola? Yeah, Gabriola. Make it white with black edge. Move that over there. Make it a little bit smaller. Ooh, probably too small. 12. Nightmare Ruins. Save that. I think... Yes, Nightmare Ruins scary. So, I feel like that was a productive stream. We managed to create the Nightmare Ruins, one of the two major weird locations within Hemeria. Next time, we can do the other weird location. We can start working on the species that exist within Hemeria. Or we can take a little bit more of a look at the religion. If anyone here has any suggestions about that, feel free to leave it in chat. I'll see it in a bit. But other than that, I'm on Twitter at Forge of Worlds, YouTube Forge of Worlds VOD, although I'm not sure if I'm really showing up in search at the moment, so we'll see about that. I'll link to that on my Twitter. Stream Tuesdays, Thursdays at 5 o'clock. And that's that for tonight. Catch you later.